On December 23rd, 2024, Mineplex dropped their second closed beta, and with it, their holiday mode, Christmas Chaos. If you're not familiar, Mineplex has been doing holiday game modes every year, and it's something the community usually gets hyped for. Alright, let's talk about the game and whether it's any good. First off, remember Halloween Horror from 2 months ago? Yeah, that was hands down the worst holiday mode Mineplex has ever made, so honestly, the bar wasn't high to begin with. That said, Christmas Chaos was a nice surprise. It actually has clear objectives and helpful indicators for players who might not know what to do. You get 2 weapons, a snow launcher which you activate by right-clicking the netherite sword to shoot snowball explosions with a 2-second cooldown, and a netherite axe called Snow Lunge that lets you dash forward a few blocks when right-clicked. Now, for my first impressions, it's decent, but there are definitely things that need fixing. The snowmen, for example, move way too fast, so you don't have enough time to react before the next wave, and you end up resetting over and over again because it's impossible to predict. After the maze, there's this event where you take out elves and gingerbread men, but it's super basic and not challenging at all. Things get a bit more interesting after that, though, when you start dealing with zombies and skeletons. Weirdly enough, they're tougher than the custom models, which is kind of unexpected. Even so, finding the 15 presents during this part is really easy since dodging the mobs isn't hard. Next up is a mini monster maze. It's fine, it's a throwback to the Mineplex classics, but it doesn't really add much to the game. Then there's a snake parkour, which you can pretty much expect in any Mineplex Christmas mode. After that, you've got 3 challenges before the boss fight. Breaking gingerbread houses that act like mob spawners, shooting green terracotta on the walls with random red and green patterns, and a red light green light challenge. They're okay, but nothing that really stands out. At least with the older Christmas modes, every stage is memorable and I can still picture how those played out. The boss fight itself, pretty easy. It has some cool attacks, but honestly, if you know what you're doing, you probably won't even see them. Now let's talk about the bugs. I'm not sure if this was intentional, but the walls weren't properly blocked off, so people can just skip the snowman hill entirely. Stuff like this makes it feel like the game wasn't fully polished. Either they didn't do enough QA testing or they didn't get the right people to test it. There were also issues with crashes and smaller bugs, but to be fair, those were already fixed by the time I made this video. So how do I feel overall? Honestly, this version of Christmas Chaos feels like a step down from the older ones. At least those had a cohesive story. You were helping Santa and his reindeers get to the Pumpkin King, and all the challenges felt connected in some way. The boss fights back then were way more dynamic and had layers to them. With this new mode, it feels like they just threw random ideas together with no real story tying them all in. Even something small like reusing the elves and gingerbread men in the boss fight in a new way could have added some more variety and made it more engaging. Here's hoping the next holiday mode is better designed, more engaging, and memorable. That would give players confidence that Mineplex is focused on improving and bringing back the fun we've come to expect.